Direct News TV. June 2, 2024. Israel's war on Gaza live, mediators urge Israel, Hamas to finalize truce. Qatar, Egypt, and the United States call on Hamas and Israel to finalize an agreement that embodies the principles outlined by U.S. President Joe Biden on May 31, 2024. The World Health Organization, WHO, says there are almost no health services remaining in Rafah after the city's last partially functioning hospital, the Al-Hilal Al-Emirati, shut down amid the ongoing hostilities. Gaza is witnessing the worst of the worst levels of malnutrition. Save the Children's Alexandra Saya says aid organizations fear the situation in Gaza may worsen. Gaza is witnessing the worst of the worst levels of malnutrition, especially child malnutrition, and it's entirely man-made, Saya told Al Jazeera. Children in Gaza are being starved, they are being deprived of clean water, and they are being deprived of adequate medical assistance. And this is all being fueled by the systematic obstruction of humanitarian aid and the ongoing hostility. A medical point in Tal as-Sultan Rafah, which was addressing malnutrition, had to close this past week due to Israeli attacks in the area. Of the 36,000 Palestinians killed by Israel since October 7, 15,000 are children. Saya said there might be an acceleration of deaths due to malnutrition, starvation, disease, and dehydration, possibly even higher than what we are already seeing, which is just the tip of the iceberg. We actually fear that the situation is much worse. Back in March, the UN warned of a famine, and we have not as humanitarian organizations been given the access to stave off that famine. Israeli president gives full support to captive exchange deal. In a post on X, Israeli President Isaac Herzog has extended thanks to U.S. President Biden, who on Friday outlined a new Gaza ceasefire and captive exchange proposal. Herzog pledged he would fully back the government in striking a deal to release the captives, a task he said is Israel's inherent obligation. Netanyahu is under intense pressure over the deal unveiled by Biden, which sets out a three-stage plan for a ceasefire, the return of Israeli captives in exchange for hundreds of Palestinian prisoners, full Israeli withdrawal from Gaza, and a Gaza reconstruction plan. The families of Israeli captives and many of Netanyahu's Western allies are urging him to go forward with the deal, but his far-right coalition allies virulently oppose it. Israeli military claims air strikes on 30 targets. In its latest war update, the Israeli military said it is continuing precise operations in Rafah, where its troops have killed several armed fighters in the last day. The military is also continuing to wage strikes from the air in central Gaza, it said, targeting military infrastructure, weapons depots, and fighter cells. In total, Israeli jets struck 30 targets over the last day, according to the military update. Israel's latest strikes across Gaza have also killed civilians, including a woman and infant in Gaza City, according to the Wafa news agency. Rescuers struggle to reach injured Palestinians in embattled Rafah neighborhoods. We woke up today to the sound of heavy artillery bombardment in the northern part of Nuseirat refugee camp and the northern part of Burej refugee camp. The majority of the Israeli military operations are now concentrated on Rafah district, where there has been no let-up in fighting. The military has been demolishing complete residential neighborhoods and thrusting troops and tanks deeper into the Shabura and Yibna neighborhoods and close to the Tal as-Sultan neighborhood. Ambulances are struggling to rescue Palestinians who are injured in areas of confrontations. The vast majority of Rafah's medical sector is out of service and they depend on field hospitals in Mawasai area, which is a long distance away. My name is Kingsley. Please like, share, subscribe and hit that notification bell so you can be the first to be notified whenever we post. You won't regret it.